Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls, people of all ages, sexualities, and identities, and welcome back to another Doctor Who review. And today's Doctor Who review is none other than Castrovalva. So, what is Castrovalva about? Well, essentially, it follows on from Logopolis. The Master has escaped, he has killed the Fourth Doctor, and now a new Doctor has stepped into his shoes. Hence, Peter Davidson. When the Fifth Doctor manages to get back to the TARDIS, he begins to become very irrational. His companions find themselves in a position in which they're not quite sure if they know who the Doctor is anymore, and in many cases, that happens a lot in Doctor Who. However, the Fifth Doctor seems to just collapse a lot in this story, and then eventually decides to go to a zero room, leaving the companions to fend for themselves. However, due to the weakness of the barriers of the TARDIS, the Fifth Doctor's TARDIS is very easy to penetrate, and of course this makes it easier for the Master to essentially snatch Adric out of thin air and torture him for a while. The Master then begins to play with Niss's feelings and constantly remind her of how he once used to be her father. However, Nissa, now after all the reckless things the Master has done, has been able to see past the barrier, even if it does dig a little bit deeper at the heart. The Doctor eventually wakes up and goes looking for Adric. They find him in a city on a planet named Castrovalva, until they suddenly realize that Castrovalva itself is not the planet, it's kind of more of a sanctuary. As the Doctor goes in and out of this ongoing dimension, he suddenly realizes that something is wrong with Castrovalva. The people have been manipulated and created by some ruler that they have never seen. Soon the Doctor realizes that the old man who claims to be the wise one is in fact the Master, and has been pulling the strings behind the scenes the whole time, and is ready to destroy the people of Castrovalva, just like that, with the Doctor and his companions inside. The Doctor aims to stop the Master, and the best way to do that is to turn the people of Castrovalva against him. He exposes the deadly doer, and exposes him for trying to kill the Doctor during his rest. The people of Castrovalva start to rebel, however it's too late, and the pocket universe in which Castrovalva exists in begins to bend in on itself. This is due to some expansion problem, which the Doctor realized when he started to go in circles. Castrovalva itself is kind of a bit like the labyrinth from the film Labyrinth. It turns in on itself multiple times, and if you take the wrong direction, you always end up back where you started. The Doctor and his friends manage to escape Castrovalva, but watch as the city slowly turns into ruin and is destroyed from the inside. The Doctor hopes that that will be the last time they ever see the Master, but knowing the Master's luck, he will always find a way to escape. So, Castrovalva, what did I think of this story? Well, I can't lie, the first time I watched it, I was a little bit out of sorts with the Fifth Doctor. And I did discuss this with my mate a very long time ago, that I wasn't quite too sure of Peter Davidson's Doctor first going in. However, upon rewatches and rewatches and rewatches, and actually watching Logopolis first and then watching Castrovalva, I found that I did slightly start to take a better liking into the Fifth Doctor. He's impulsive, he's kind of restless, and most importantly, I like the way that the Fifth Doctor is a little bit more tame than 4. 4 is brilliant in his own right, jelly babies and all sorts. However, the Fifth Doctor definitely feels more like a father figure to all of his companions. As his series progresses, you'll start to see how that format seems to play out, and the way that it does is brilliant for the storytelling. So what would I give Castrovalva out of 10? Honestly, I would give it at least a solid 7 out of 10. It's a great opening for the Fifth Doctor, and really does give a kind of rough grasp of where the Fifth Doctor is going to take his era. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next Doctor Who review. Until then, goodbye, stay beautiful, and have an incredible day, you beautiful people.